Hey guys, how's it going? Onich here, and welcome to a new Euro Truck Simulator 2 episode. Now, I am very excited for this episode because as you can see, things might look a little bit different. And yes, this is the case because I got my new video card. That's a little bit loud. Got my new video card, the Asus GTX 970. It completely kicks ass. Seriously, it really does. I do not know whether these settings are right though for the recording, because usually when you're going to record it drops a few more frames. I'm running at 110 frames right now though, so that is very high. That's higher than I expected, but usually with Euro Truck Simulator 2 you get some frame drops when you have the settings a little bit higher. We'll see whether, that's fine. Everything at high. The scaling is at 200%. I know this video card can run a 400% scaling with the rest set to ultra. Now I tested that without the sunlight, the sun shafts they are called in the options menu, because I don't like them. I don't like the way they look, so I always have them off. But boy, am I happy with this video card. I've mentioned it the episodes before this one too, that I would get a new video card somewhere in November. Well, I ordered it Wednesday. It's right now Friday. Ordered it on Wednesday, got it the next day, got it already, so very happy with that. Very happy with the delivery, but also very happy with the quality, the design, just everything about the car is really nice. The performance is great. Right now 86 FPS, I'm having everything at high. I think I can go to ultra, to be honest, but we'll keep it at this. Maybe I think you can visually see it, especially in the cockpit, or yeah, just on the dashboard here and the interior. It looks a lot more like clean. I hope you guys know what I mean. Oh, there's a speed camera. Okay, luckily I was driving below 70 kilometers an hour. But yeah, just to come back on that. Oh, there we go. Few frame drops. The performance is just awesome. I can run a lot of games on ultra now. Well, basically every game on ultra. Because my target always with games is to keep it above 60 FPS. It was 50 before, but now that I got this video card, I would like to keep it above 60. Because I think above 60 FPS you don't really notice a big difference anymore. I think a lot of people will agree on that. There's a difference, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not big. Anyway, continuing our drive then, after we had a horrendous drive or delivery like 2 episodes ago, well, the previous recording session it was horrendous. So we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully a little bit better. Coming back actually on the video card, and brings me on to the next point, which is Euro Truck Simulator 2 itself, and then a little bit about the graphics. I mean, they are pretty nice. Shadows in general are pretty nice, but also very demanding for the video card. With my previous video card, I noticed when I turned the shadows down, I got a lot more frames, which is pretty standard for a game. But I noticed a big difference here in this game. It's 92 FPS. I'm sorry that I keep mentioning it, but I'm astonished, really. I'm so happy with it. I think I can go up to ultra, to be honest, but not gonna bother changing it now. Actually, I think it's best to keep it at this, because I do sometimes run this game, a little bit of frame drop, sometimes do run this game with the Oculus Rift. It's good to have about 80-75 FPS for an Oculus Rift, so I guess I'll keep it at this, because I think if I'm going to approach cities it will drop a little bit, which is standard for Truck Simulator. Why is the speed limit 70? Come on, make it 80 at least. Yeah, I think you get a few, you get less frames, that's it, when you enter a city. And even here, 88 FPS while I am driving here in, with all these shadows. You can still sometimes see a little bit of a frame drop, but there we go, just as I talked about it. I don't know, I can of course tune the graphics down, but I don't feel the need to, because I'm getting 108 frames now but somehow I do get sometimes frame drops. If people have advice on how to handle these frame drops, it's I would appreciate it. Look at the sunshine here on the lighting on the road, looks great. Yeah, as I said, with Oculus Rift you do want to keep it higher than 75 FPS, or well, at least 75 FPS, as that is also the refresh rate from the Rift. Whoa, that guy almost cut me off. There's a farmer here on the right hand side. Actually, talking about farming, I've done some Farming Simulator 2015. Might sound boring, but yeah, just some people like those games, you know, like these simulators. For some people they are super boring, but I can enjoy basically every game. Farming Simulator, yeah, I do enjoy it, but then on the other side, people usually play, you know, Call of Duty, Battlefield, those games, you know, action games. They say like about these simulators, they say, it's super boring, stuff like that, but no, I don't have that, because even Battlefield and Call of Duty can amaze me a lot. I've played a lot of Battlefield 3, and actually after that never really picked up any of the Battlefields. So no Battlefield 4, and what do they have now, like Operation Hardline or something like that? Battlefield 4 Hardline? I cannot remember, but doesn't matter. I've played a beta, open beta, like 2 months ago. I think there was an open beta for Battlefield Hardline. Is it Battlefield 4 Hardline, or is Battlefield Hardline a new title in itself? I actually do not know. Yeah, I played a beta, but I still think Battlefield 3 is the best actually. Look at this. Great water. I think you can notice that this is smoother when I move this. It's a lot more smoother. And of course you can notice it thanks to the graphics being a little bit better. Anyway, enough about the graphics now. I've talked about it too many times. Got some responses on the last video where I was talking about F1, I remember, and other stuff. Gonna have a look at my phone soon. Have a look at the video comments, see what you guys had to say. I'll do that a little bit later. We still have 10 hours left in this delivery. I'm actually going to check if I'm recording my voice, because I am not entirely sure. It would be a waste of time if I didn't record my voice, so I'll be back. Okay, so luckily I was recording my voice. Yeah, just to double check, you know. It would be well, not great if I was talking to myself right now the whole time. I can, by the way, understand now why people think this truck is a little bit ugly. I used to be a big fan of the interior, but with the higher graphics setting, I must admit, I don't like it as much, which is pretty weird, but it's the truth actually. It really is. I don't like the how do you what's the English word here? It's of course the interior, but it's not leather, it's what is it called? Well, let me just point it out for you. Oh, that's too much. Let me point it out for you. You have this steering wheel here, and on the right of that, this piece of, and now I've lost it. This piece of what is it? No, I cannot figure it out. It's well, I think you get it right now. It's this gap here. That color, that texture. Don't like it that much. Anyway, still not playing this game on update 1.14. There's an open beta which I think I said in the last video, last recording session, but it's not yet officially out, which I think is a big surprise, because they have worked on it now for such a long time. I thought that my last recording session, which was 6 days ago, would be my last recording session on update 1.13, but it's actually not. Where are we going actually? Because I have no idea where I am right now. How do I pronounce this? Grass? Grass? Nah, no idea. Oh, sorry about that. My rig moved a little bit thanks to the vibrations on the wheel. Moved my mouse a little bit. So do I have anything to talk about personally? I don't think so. Just had a very busy week. A week full of tests. I don't know if there's a particular word for it in the English language. We call it, well, it's called test week, if you take it literally. Test week, so a week full of tests. It's pretty demanding. I'm sure you have it as well in England. Look at the sunshine there. It's just beautiful. Such a big difference. Very nice. Yeah, as I said, very demanding week. Had a lot of things to learn. And, well, study, I should say. But we got there, luckily. I'm actually going to get my phone in a little second here. How are we doing on fuel? 1406 kilometers left. So we're looking extremely good on fuel. I hope the quality, the image quality is actually improved. I'm recording right now also with a different program. Used to record with MSI Afterburner, but now I'm using Shadowplay from Nvidia. I always wanted to use Shadowplay, but my older, or my previous video card, the GTX 350 Ti by Asus, wasn't supported for using Shadowplay, so I couldn't use it. I'm using it now though. It's beautiful. I can play the games at well, this MSI had this feature as well. I think Direct Story has it as well. Another you know, recording software. You can record at 60 FPS, which is what I'm doing right now. But the video gets recorded in 60 FPS, 60 frames a second, but I can play the game at unlimited frames. So right now I'm at 105, you know, 106, but the video you're actually seeing right now has been recorded in 60 FPS. Also, I think YouTube supports 60 FPS now, which is great, and I might actually use that. It's going to depend on, you know, the render time and how big the file will be, because my bitrate has always been pretty high. But yeah, we'll see actually. We'll have a look. I think 60 FPS does make a pretty big difference though over 30 FPS. But as I said, we'll have a look at that. I hope the image quality is better. Because with Shadowplay, I don't have the feeling you are losing as much frames in game than with MSI, which is of course great. I love this the Shadowplay. You get much smaller file sizes as well. I just recorded an F1 2014 race, which would usually take up about 50 gigabyte of space with MSI if I recorded a full race, 50% race. So why am I going so slow? There's something wrong here. Or is it just this hill here? There's something wrong. Huh? Is my brake pedal activated, or the retarder? Oh dear. Very weird. Was it just that hill? But it slowed me down all the way to 20 kilometers an hour. It didn't look like such a steep hill. How 25 ton? Okay, that's quite a bit. Well, I almost thought that my brake pedal was just activated or something like that. Very weird. What was I talking about though? Oh yeah, about the FPS stuff, because of the YouTube and stuff like that. I always noticed when I uploaded my videos to YouTube, I didn't have 100% image quality when I recorded with MSI. But I do get it with Shadowplay. So I hope when you render it, it doesn't downscale it as much, because when I recorded with MSI Afterburner, I always gave some kind of downscaling, of downscaled image quality, you know. We'll see how it goes with the way how I record my videos now. And as I said, we'll have a look at the 60 FPS thing in YouTube. I think it's nice that YouTube has it. I think a lot of game developers will actually use it in trailers and stuff like that. Anyway, 8.5 hours to go. I'm sorry, very sorry if you are not really that technical and interested in PC gaming or gaming in general, or don't have a lot of knowledge about it. I'm very sorry that I have bored you a couple of minutes, but yeah, we'll talk about something different now, I guess. So we are again going uphill. Truck not happy. Let's get my phone here. We have been driving on this single lane way for way too long. I want to go to a highway because this is just I don't like these roads, honestly. I think no one does. Okay, let's go to YouTube. Have a look at the comments, see if there are any questions or something like that. Just have a look. Someone overtaking me. I wonder what the graphics are going to look like at night. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I actually put up the video Thursday instead of the usual Wednesday because I had career mode on Wednesday. So sorry about that. So the comments, which are right now in the comment sections, have been there for about 21 hours or something like that, because I put the video up 21 hours ago, which is what it says. So here we go. Let's have a look. Erik Veldhuizen, that's a Dutchman, that's a Dutch name. After buying upgrades, you can sell them again when you unlock new upgrades. Yes, that was a very good point. Remember, I was buying or thinking about buying this bigger cockpit, but yeah, I thought it was a waste of money because you would get the new one, yeah, at level 12, which is well, coming up. But Erik here, or yeah, Erik in Dutch, says here that you can also sell them, so thank you for that. Might have a look at buying the bigger space then. 50. Well, I can understand that with when you look at the map. It's pretty sick road here. A lot of hairpin turns. Sebastian was laughing because of the crash. M Marbles, I think he also had a good point, but I need to focus on the road right now. Great video, thank you, Marbles. I think if F1 would go back from V10, you will see less and less of these manufacturers, I pronounced that wrong, wanting to be / stay in F1. There are very few manufacturers that produce V10 engine on the mass scale. Honda is a great example of a manufacturer that is coming into F1 due to new regulations, because they can transfer their research and development from F1 into mass consumer production. Yeah, I have to agree on this. I definitely have to agree on this, and I should have said that when I was mentioning it. As we have a train here. Do we? The light is flashing. I think we can go though. Oh, engine stalled as I was driving backwards. Yeah, we can go. Okay, need to remember, if that single light is flashing at the bottom, I can go. Need to remember that. I stopped for safety because I didn't want to get run over by a train there. Look at this board here. Wow, very clean, very sharp. Love it. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Marbles. You are indeed right, and I should have mentioned it. But coming back onto that subject, and I've been doing this. Oh yeah, I have actually two things to mention here. Because oh, I should have gone to sleep there. We'll pick the next possibility to sleep. Yeah, I do think if they would go back to V10 now, a lot of teams would disappear. Also, for the reason you have mentioned, they cannot use the V10 in the consumer, just normal road cars. But also because of the budget right now. I mean, they have put in a lot of research. I think I've said this actually. They've put in a lot of research and time and money, in particular, on researching and upgrading the V6 engine. And if they would go back to V10 right now, for example, for next year, it would cost another billion dollars, you know. A billion is maybe a bit exaggerated, but you know what I mean, right? And yeah, that's why I do have to agree with you, and that's why I think that in the first place, going down from V8 to V6 was already the wrong choice. I mean, V8 for me is minimal in F1, unless you have a V6 turbo, which produces more than 100 or 100,000, whoa, 1,000 brake horsepower, and is also a little bit light. And this was something I wanted to mention as well. Literally one day after I recorded the recording session, when I said, you know, all those things about the engines and just about F1 in particular, Niki Lauda on Sky F1, he said that the video had the title "Modern F1 cars are shit," but I don't think he actually said that. But he did say that he thinks that the current, you know, kind of F1 is not right, and it should have a lot bigger tires, more power, stuff like that, you know. He said it himself, and then Alonso also said a few races ago already that he thinks these cars are boring, sound is not there, they are too heavy, not a lot of power. Yeah, I mean, even if these guys are now going to say it, even Ecclestone, there we go, even Ecclestone said they had to look at the regulations and maybe change them. Didn't I say that? I think I might have said it in the previous recording session. But anyway, I don't want to make up a long story again here. Yeah, I think it's a big shame, and I think the 2009 regulations, they should have never, yeah, the rule changes should have never, you know, taken place. Never ever. There's a train, and indeed we can see those two lights now on the top flashing. So when we see that, we need to stop. And when we see this light flickering, we can go. Let's keep that in mind for the next time. Actually, don't have a clue where I am right now. I really do not have a clue. Okay. Oh yeah, we left from Szczecin. We are still in. No, we are not in Poland. We are Austria. I know the Dutch word for this country. What's the English word? Czech? Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, at least I know now where I am. But yeah, enough about F1, I guess. But yeah, I do agree with you. And if you would go back to V10 right now, it probably would not really work. Oh yeah, but at the same time, it would maybe not actually. What's the word here? Attract. There we go. Attract other manufacturers to come into F1. But at the same time, remember that we are right now losing Marussia. Oh, actually, Marussia is gone now. It got announced like an hour ago. Caterham, we're losing them. We're losing, I think Sauber is in there. Rosso, I think, is in there. So at the same time, you know, some manufacturers go out. And this was definitely not a problem in the V10 era, I believe. Anyway, it's enough. But yeah, I do agree with you, for sure.